Hi, today I'm going to be doing my speech on nurses and how they inspire me. Ever since I was little, I've always had the instinct to take care of people, even if it was just the simplest little thing, is like getting help from someone who's bigger and knows more than what I did, or just like getting like water or anything like that. Whenever my family and helped my grandparents move their house, we had an auction to sell off a lot of their stuff that they couldn't take with them. And so during the auction, my grandpa had a sudden heat stroke, kind of. He felt really like nauseous, lightheaded, and everything like that. So I went inside and got him a cup of water and a cool rag to put over his neck, so that way he could cool down, and he started to feel better. And then throughout the day, I kept making sure that everybody was drinking water, everybody was doing okay, and that if they needed to go inside the house, they could cool down and everything like that. What a lot of people don't realize is that a nurse's job is so important. They're the people who are there whenever like everybody is feeling down and when they're sick and everything like that. To know more about nurses, you kind of got to go through the history about how it started and how we've come such a far way, and all the requirements that nurses have to go through in order just to be able to like work in a hospital or work in a retirement home or anything like that. Florence Nightingale was actually the first nurse in history. The way that she became a nurse is that she started helping her dad whenever she was younger, doing like a family kind of thing. But then she left at a aged frame to go help the Crimean War in 1856 for the British, and she was one of the people who were trained to be like a nurse on the battlefield and to help everything like that. There was 75% infections that killed most of the soldiers. It was 75% that killed most of the soldiers. And the way that a lot of people don't realize is like back in the day, like back around this time, infection was so common in war and everything like that. Like a lot of times, like what they would do is like the doctors didn't wash their hands in between patients. They didn't wash the equipment at all. And if it was just kind of pouring water over it, you know. And the way that it has changed from to now, where you have to disinfect everything. There's like certain sterilizing techniques for a certain amount of equipment or anything. Back then, if you had like a body part that had a hole through it, like say like an arm or a leg, you were more than likely going to have that body part cut off. But if it was something like internal or anything, they would try to put a bunch of like cloth and fabric in there and sew you up, and hopefully you would make it. And if you survived the wounds that you had, you were more than likely going to die from the infection because of how far medicine had not come that far from the way we are today. And Florence Nightingale helped a lot with that. Like she started a program at St. Thomas where it taught people like a different way to take care of someone and to start using techniques like washing your hands and everything like that. And those nurses eventually went to different hospitals and started teaching different people and everything like that. And the way that it is today is there's so many requirements and everything like that you have to go through in order to be a nurse. One of the requirements that I'm a CNA, and one of the requirements I had to do is you have to learn how to wash your hands a certain way. It is insane about all the techniques that you have to do and everything like that. And a lot of the CNA training, you can go on Prometric website and see all the requirements it is when you take your test on what you're supposed to do and everything like that. And last thing of like why nurses inspire me is that they're there throughout all stages of lives. I have gone into a nursing home and seen like old people, and they just made my day because they'll like sing to you and they'll talk to you and everything like that. And it's just like some of those people just want someone to be there for them.